I think we're recording. Hello. So today I have a flip through of the Book of Spirits. It is a handmade junk journal slash Book of Shadows slash lookbook, and it was made specifically for the intention of a giveaway, especially around like Halloween time. So it's a big book. We should probably just get into it. Going over the dimensions, the cover here is it's a 6 3/4 by 11 inches. The spine here is, I want to say, about 3.5 inches, and then the back cover is the same as the front. It's been distressed. It's been painted and then distressed to make it look older. And it's pretty solid. It's pretty heavy. They're about 3 pages or three boards of backboard and per cover. So pretty durable, but pretty thick. Yeah, lots of good stuff in here. There's probably about 128 pages. Well, at least, but probably a little bit more, just because there's fold out pages. And so going to be about 90 pieces of ephemera. And by ephemera, for people who aren't familiar with that, like these little guys that are just put away in tuck spots. So let's see, this one in here. Okay, so oh, and a tie closure. It is a little it's a little bit to wrangle with, but if some of the ephemera is taken out, it is easier to close. So yeah, I named this the Book of Spirits, not only because it will be for, the Halloween Samhain time of year giveaway, but also because I was very much influenced by the Spiritist book, The Spirits Book by Allan Kardec, published in 1857. And Allan Kardec is his pen name. His real name is, Hippolyte Léon Revel. And he was actually, like a huge educational reformer. Lulu, come here. This is my cat, Lulu. And she likes spirit books. Come here. Come here. Oh, it's so pretty. Let me finish this up real quick, okay? Yeah, I'm going to try to do this quickly. What else? Kitty, get down. Sorry. So, like, the third time I've tried to record, but I've got cats everywhere. There's 3 built-in bookmarks. They're kind of hard to see, these guys. So you can keep track of your pages. This metallic embellishment is a Tim Holtz piece that I just got from Amazon. These metal embellishments also from Amazon, but they were silver, and I needed them to look more aged. So I just kind of rubbed black acrylic paint on them. I had to sand them a little bit, but then rubbed black acrylic paint and then sprayed with a clear acrylic just to keep it kind of there. But yeah, let's get into this guy. So yeah, so like I said, lots of ephemera, and they're all going to have that kind of, well, a lot of them are backed by coffee stain paper, just to give it that more aged and a little bit sturdier look. But then a lot of these too are kind of in that spirit of mid to late 1800s. Victorian spiritualism. There is a difference between spiritism and spiritualism. Spiritism espoused from a lot of other things that the spirit could be reincarnated. So, yeah, I'm not sure what entailed spiritualism, but I think for whatever reason they rejected the idea of reincarnation of the spirit overall. But, don't quote me on that. I just had minimal time to do the research, so yeah. But so these guys are for extra journaling or taking notes or whatever, and they've got kind of a creepy vibe, some of them, because spirits get a a creepy rep, but they're not. These pieces were from my grandmother. She loved doilies, and she had a ton of them. So I was like, how can I use these and send them out into the world, so that others can experience the beauty. So that's that. There are going to be a lot of quotes from the Spirit book, the Spirits book by Alan Kardec. So the quotes that you see in here are specifically from his Spirits book. And then lots of tuck spots again to journal, do whatever. You can always paste them in different areas, but the book is a little stiff too. There's a lot going on. But yeah, so this is really the only place you're going to see the quotation and the resource, the Spirits book by Alan Kardec. Just know that all the rest of the quotes are from that book. So got a lot of really awesome art, and there's a lot of lace attached to the end of the pages. Some of them are painted with black acrylic paint, but for the most part I just got like a variety pack off Amazon. And originally I did this because I'm not the best at measuring, so what happened was the pages ended up being a lot shorter once they were in the book because of the curved spine. And so I had to make them longer. Yeah, so that's what happens. And then I can also post the different digital kits that I got off Etsy. If you are interested, there's Amy Joy Studios, Screech Owl Studios, Victoria Designs. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot, and there are several kits from each store too. So, and then some of this too is stuff I found off Pinterest. Most of it is public domain, but I figured since I'm not selling it, there are some pieces in here that are not necessarily public domain because they are on Pinterest. But yeah, so anywho, lots of pieces. Hope I'm staying in view. Oh, this is original artwork. So there, for whatever reason, I have a plethora of artwork that I'm not necessarily like thrilled about, and so sometimes I will include them in books. So this is an original piece. I coffee stained it, and then I backed it with graphics candy. Graphics candy has this huge digital kit grimoire, and it's awesome. It's well worth the price. I remember it being a little higher, but I can't remember how much it was, but I remember being very happy with it. And I've used it in a ton of other books too. So let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of Gustave Doré. He was a really popular artist in the 1800s. This was Pinterest, and I don't know the artist. I apologize. I am definitely happy to look it up and put it down in the link below. But basically, this is just a flip through for posterity, for my sake, because there have been so many times that I've given these away that it's nice to have a record of your babies. I know that sounds creepy, but they are kind of my babies. There's a lot of love that goes into these. So yeah, I mean, it's not super creepy. It's just kind of meant to have that Samhain, Halloween-y vibe. There's a lot of like fortune telling, astrological, divinatory, like palmistry, advertisements, and there's a lot of romantic art from, the 1800s, just because it is so, because it's so fitting for this time period, especially because I was so influenced by Kardec's Spirits book. But this is a print of one of my originals, Psalm 91. It's supposed to be really good for protection, and I just coffee stained it, make it look older. I was going to print out some of my favorite creepy poems, but it's like, I don't know. Different little pastings, cemetery stuff, because, if I were a spirit, that's probably where I'd be. But, it was good for me to kind of, I've been drawn to this before, spirits, cemeteries, that kind of stuff. And it was more of a confrontation of what I was afraid of. And I found that once I embraced it, I was not so disturbed by it, It was really good for me. Ephemera's Vintage Garden 2 digital kit, or I think this is just an envelope, but I loved it because there's a lot of German on it. But yeah, some Klimt, I believe, just coffee stained paper. Sorry, there we go. Something really beautiful too about coffee staining paper, because they all come out a little different. So, and then some of these too were kits that I've gotten from Michael's, like the scrapbooking kits. This was a Halloween one. I still don't know how I feel about this, but it's up to whoever gets this book now. More cemetery, but look at how beautiful that is. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube, or I watch his channel, and it's called Sidestep Adventures. And he goes all throughout the South, or like the area that he lives, and he finds abandoned cemeteries, really old ones that have been neglected. And there's something like really hauntingly beautiful about it. These guys are full little file folders that you can pull out. Yeah, this was graphics candy. I should probably just stress that a little bit. This is going to be long, guys. I apologize. I want to say whimsical adventure, but again, if there's any, you know, not many people are going to watch this, but if there are any questions, I am definitely happy to tell you where I got each and every kit and paper. Oh, we've got a fold-out page. Da Vinci. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Surprising myself. So, yeah. The soul is an incarnate spirit, the body its material envelope. Now, Kardec was very in line with, you know, the Christian morality and, you know, the kind of the dichotomy between good spirits versus bad spirits. But he doesn't really come out and quite say it like that. There are lower level vibrational spirits that, you know, aren't going to be very helpful for the mediums in contact with them. But they are here too to serve a purpose, and they are in the process of evolving and becoming, you know, better intellectually, morally. They're just, we're all spirits are in a process of perfection. So I liked that. Even though I wouldn't say I'm a Christian, but Christ had some good ideas. He was a good guy. So returning to the spirit world, the spirit meets those it has known on earth. And that's reassuring, you know. So I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife either, but it would be nice to see people again. Lots of text spots for journaling. I must have, okay. Yeah, that's the front. There were a bunch of prints that I got to, art prints that came with these old art books when I was working at the crystal shop. They often get donated books that are kind of occulty and stuff. And this guy had a giant art collection that he just dropped off. And they were kind of like, what are we going to do with all this art stuff? And I was like, I'll take it. So, yeah. This is a Whistler, I think. But she just kind of reminded me of a wise medium lady. No nonsense. Like that. So, let's see. Okay, yeah. So, spirits have many incarnations. From this, we can conclude that we have all had many existences and will have many others on Earth and elsewhere. So, one thing that's interesting about Kardec is that he believes that spirits inhabit other planets and that they exist all throughout the universe, which is cool, you know. Lots of little ephemera here. Oh, there are some pages from Buckland's Spirit Book. Yeah, I just had leftover pages and I wanted to use them, so I felt like that would be a good, this book would be perfect for that. Again, a lot of fortune teller stuff you're going to see in here, just because, you know, mediums are pretty much involved in contacting spirits, and, you know, mediums and psychism often overlap, so communication between the physical and non-physical realm is part of the natural order, not a supernatural occurrence. Little doily. Spirits are everywhere. The infinite reaches of space are peopled with them in infinite numbers. Spirits constantly interrelate with human beings. The good ones inspire people to take the high road, sustain them along trials, or sustain them through trials, and instill in them courage and acceptance. Oh, this is another print of mine that I just coffee stained and put it in there. Lots of ephemera. Looks like I need to go through and distress some more of these though, real quick. Some Edmund Dulac, I think. He did like a whole series on Edgar Allan Poe. You know, romantic, landscape-esque ephemera there. I just thought this was cute, and I don't know. It can always be covered up, but I don't know. I felt this was cute. Eye of newt, wing of bat, hoot of owl, hair of cat.